I just gotta mute this, so it's gonna sound really, really crazy. And then we'll get started here in a few minutes. So if you're watching the replay, there will be a bit of a pause, but we're gonna get started here in about a couple more minutes. Just want to give this time to do what it does. If it ever wants to let me mute anything, because for some reason I learned I need to keep this up or on or whatever. All right, like it, and I need to mute it. I just gotta mute this. There we go. Hey, hey, hey.
Gang, gang. BYOB in the building.
Hey, we're gonna get started in like 2 more minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
I was using that timer, but then YouTube was like, you can never monetize this video. I was like, well, I didn't even hear any music playing. Whatever.
I'm about to mute out. I'll be right back.
All right. Me too. Mm. All right. So for everybody watching on YouTube, we're gonna get here started shortly. I just need to make sure I have I'm sending out something real quick, y'all. Bear with me.
No problem.
Um, I'm sending out something real quick, y'all. Bear with me.
All right.
No problem. Okay. Okay. So we are and I was on the YouTube. I'm trying to I gotta try to mute. That's the story of my life today is mute. Oh, that's right, because this is the phone. All right. There, boom. So I can see that on that end. All right. As I was saying, Uh, I'm gonna let Alicia join here, and then we're gonna get started. I want to make sure that everybody's in. Oh yeah, she's in. I see there. Fear might pop up. All right, so today I was like, because I was thinking of like how to explain what we're gonna talk about today, basically. And time is our greatest asset. It is something that cannot be replenished. Like money, clothes, all that physical things, even your health can be replenished. And depending on, your state of mind, you know, your body, believe it or not, can be replenished. So the body in itself heals itself. But time, we can't replenish. And so it's really how to put some respect on your time, that we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about time management and really automating things through communication distribution. So, like getting your message across, things that you have to always say, regardless, like, and because, like, for me, like they say, repetition is the all mother of all skill, but stuff that I repeat can sometimes become annoying. And then I get burnt out on it and I'll start slacking on it. So that's kind of like what made me think about how to say it is putting some respect on your time, because us as entrepreneurs, we get into this for freedom, lifestyle freedom, time freedom, and money freedom, but we're talking about time freedom because that's the freedom, because you can't get it back. And time freedom, you just have, like, that is lifestyle freedom, basically, right? Right. So back to what I was saying, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like manual grind versus the automation grind. And you do still have to do both. Don't get me wrong, but things are different now. Like, we have so many tools available to us. Technology is actually on our side. The times right now that we're in are actually on our side, depending on how, you know what I'm saying, you look at it. So, sorry, I was reading the chat. Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So this is a form of communication, distribution, automation, because we're here from everywhere. Like Mike and Alicia from South Carolina, and I'm here in Colorado. But I still have a message that I need to get across. And we're sitting right here now, everybody, and then who's watching on YouTube. I don't know who's watching on YouTube. I can't see from here. But the point, the moral of the story is we are all here, and it's communication. I'm distributed into you, and I'm automatically doing so through two different channels, through Zoom and through YouTube. But there's a way to where I can not be here and be giving this same information. And that's where I'm talking about, like, where repetition can, like, go wrong. You know how they're supposed to talk about when keeping it real goes wrong. Well, repetition can go wrong, because if you're constantly have to do something that you don't have a passion for, like, it's like eating the crust first, you're gonna get burnt out on it and you're not gonna want to do it. You're not gonna put forth your effort to it, because I am guilty as charged. Don't be like Daz. So what's an example of that? So if you have a new person coming into your business, or you have a new customer, because a lot of people actually skip out on, like, an onboarding process for their customers. But let's say you have a new customer or a new client, there are certain things that they should know, like, that are the ground tools or the foundation, but you have to say it over and over and over again. Why do you got to say it over and over again? Because new people are the lifeblood of any business. Like, that's how the money is made. Because, I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. Tomorrow, we're not immortals. We all die off at some point in time. Some are untimely. You know what I'm saying? And you have to constantly be able to feed your business model new people. But that doesn't mean you have to keep repeating the same process, because if you have a system that means that it kind of pretty much operates the same way, right? I mean, everybody can agree that that makes sense. Like McDonald's has one of the greatest systems ever. There's all kind of people who can franchise and own a McDonald's, and their system is set up in a way to where anybody can follow it because they have a employee training. You feel what I'm saying? They teach their people the same way every time, and that's why the system is not deviated from. And when you want to talk about time, being able to give that same information over and over again to your new people is important. And so that's why we're going to talk about um, being able to automate it. So um, the other thing that I kind of like used to get burnt out on, like I've been giving these kind of presentations for years, and I've been in hella opportunity. And with that being said, there's the presentation to invite the new person to join you, right? So, like, if you want to educate somebody about your product or your service, there's something you always got to say, right? Because it's the system. But saying it over and over and over again, like the energy in your voice leaves, the whole energy itself leaves because you kind of get tired of having to say the same thing. And being able to automate that process is like super awesome because I literally would want to do these trainings, but all I would get to is the presentation part every time. Like, so it just literally sound like a broken record. Attendance started coming down because it was the same thing every day week. Because I still need to be able to educate the new people. So that's what we gonna get into. I've did my rant and that so far. Does anybody have any questions so far from where we're at?
Not yet. Welcome, Miss Johnson. I see you finally made it.
So education is a key component to really getting a good conversion. Like when people are guessing or they feel like a fish left down in water, the retention rate is down, or they don't all the way convert because they're confused. But again, we're talking about time because we don't always have time to just sit there and keep doing that over and over again. Now, there's things that change. There's innovations in every single industry, and that's where you need to put your time because that's something that's going to have to be fresh. But when it's repetitive information, you can actually streamline that delivery process. And so that's what we're talking about. I have been, oh y'all, okay. I got all the nuts and bolts out. That's all the warning stuff. Now, the second warning is this is so cool, y'all. I've been in here playing with stuff. So the first part I want to go over is booking, the booking tool, and then we're actually going to circle back to this booking tool. But I want to start off with this tool. So when you want to talk about time management and streamlining the process, scheduling. Scheduling is always big. We have our schedules, we got our planners, all that good stuff. But being able to automate the process versus messages somebody and be like, okay, what time? Okay, what's your email? Let me write that down. Okay, let me go over here and put it into my calendar. And then syncing up like that can be a whole process in itself. And it's taking time away from other things that you could be doing. And we're about, time freedom because that's the asset we can't replenish. So, and we want to be able to spend more time doing the things that we want to do. I know I do because I like to just make stuff and do stuff, and I don't like to feel obligated. So I like as much time to be creative and as positively petty as I can. So, because that if I don't create, I kind of feel sick. It's like almost like a nicotine withdrawal feeling. Like it feels awful. So that's the booking tool, and I really like this thing too. I gotta make a few edits over here, but I've already started using it. So I have a couple of different calendars. Eventually, registration for Build Along Thursdays will actually only run through this calendar because I'm just gonna slowly, do these through here so that I can keep everything organized and I don't have to post in the group. So like literally, like let me tell y'all true story. So my goal is to be having my content or my ideas for these trainings um thought of ahead of time. So like if there's some things that y'all want to learn wherever you're seeing this, like please like tell me that, because I literally just be like going to Google, seeing what kind of stuff I should teach on, or a new tool pop out and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to go play with this, and then I want to teach on it. But just because it's something I want to teach on doesn't mean it's something that you necessarily want to learn. But I don't know if you don't tell me. Closed mouths don't get fed. So, like I said, I'm definitely gonna do that because since I'm not ahead right now, when I'm posting for Build Along Thursdays, which is a consistent thing that I do on Thursdays at 9 Eastern, I have to go in all these groups that I own, all these chats that I own, and paste the information. Then what do I gotta do? I gotta go all the way to my email list and send out a reminder. When if I was just using this tool, all that would be handled for me. It would send all the information for the links to attend, and it would remind the people so I wouldn't have to. So that's why I'm definitely going to be using this. And I mean, that's why it's just good for any business. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a consultation. This is what do they say, public information or freedom of information. I don't know, but what I'm saying is I'm teaching on a public forum. Like anybody can have access to this information, but being able to set it up to where it's on automation, it actually makes it look way more professional for one. For two, it's building my list, and for three, I don't have to remember to remember for everybody. It's going to remind everybody for me, and then that's going to increase my attendance rate. So that's like super awesome because I literally can just promote Build Along Thursdays, and then everything else will happen for me. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can have multiple of these. You can do them for private sessions. So, like I said, you have to do like your newbie onboarding, and maybe you don't have time to sit up there and vet the new person that came on. So you can have some qualifying questions that are set up on the consultation. So by the time your meeting is there, you kind of know who you're dealing with, or vice versa. Like they're kind of like seeing from the questions that you're asking how vested you are in whatever one-on-one experience this is. Like even if this was a hair person, like let's say, okay, I'm doing hair. Okay, so is your hair long or short? What do you think? Like, is it dry? Do like what are you trying to achieve? Like just showing that you care, or just asking, because people like to tell if you ask, it can be helpful, and it can really um help you get better quality leads. So like I said, I was going to start off with this, and then I'm going to double back because that's just to give you a peek into that tool and why I use it and what it's helping me with so far. So, but this is the big bad boy right here, right here, right here. So first of all, video marketing is like just super powerful because like me, I'm a visual learner. And when I'm trying to like understand something or imagine it or put it together in my head, if I can see you do it, then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But you can describe it to me with your words and I'd be like, wait, what? And the way my imagination be going, it comes up with all kind of other scenarios versus the one that it really is. So uh this we have the webinar builder, and this is just so cool. And I'm actually going to tell you guys a trick on how to use this with Zoom that make it just so much more interactive but still automated. I learned this like 2 days ago. If it wants to turn on. Yeah, y'all know my computer be lagging. Okay. So just for this part, so two things. If you have a product or a service, um, what are like some first things that people should know from like what you're doing? Like um when they first join from you or buy from you.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
So so like um a customer who's thinking about buying from you, even like let's say it's a hairbrush. Well, first of all, you have to like, not just have a hairbrush. Like it has to be give you that lustrous shine and all that. But we're talking about educating into the consumer. So I want to like want everybody to think about what are the first things about your product or your service that somebody should know, but that you have to say that all the time.
What you stand for?
Mm,
I'm sorry. I'm I'm over here on
okay, so if you're getting a new customer, you got to market, right?
uh-huh.
So what's something that you always have to explain about your product or your service when you're getting a new customer?
Oh, okay, the benefits?
Yep. But for the new ones, like this, the system, like the things that are always the same. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it is. It's not that. It is what you said,
Okay.
what you stand for, the type of situation.
Yeah.
So, because people give me some examples,
Um,
things that you have to repeat all the time about your mission statement and your brand or your product. Like, lose 5 pounds in 10 days, but you got to drink this. Okay, you ordered, give some, this is how you make the tea. Like,
right.
yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Nobody got no examples?
I'm thinking that you got me on the spot here. Thanks. Um,
Okay. Well, it's always the basic education inside of whatever that you're doing. The same information, the same statistic, and all that. But I just want to show that. So this is for DeFi, which is decentralized finance. And there's some certain things that every newbie should know. But I don't want to have to keep saying that stuff over and over and over to attract my new, people. So what I did is we have one webinar
mm-hmm.
with people there, like we have right now. And then I was able to take the video. First of all, I used the video hosting tool because you can actually see a lot of stats, like how much of the information that people are actually consuming. But and so now just that basic introduction to the concept, I don't have to keep repeating and having some newbie or orientation. I could just send right here, and then if they want to learn more, they can go further. If they want to get new and updated information, then they can personally contact me. That's what I'm saying. So like if I was selling even a pencil, I would have this webinar set up like, these pencils are the shiznits. Come here, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta test it out right for yourself, see how it flows, and then you'll want to buy this pencil. But how do you know till you've written with it type of situation? And I could have that running over and over again to explain to my customers why my pencils are shiznits. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Automation.
Yes, I got a question on this. Now, with this webinar too, could I also use it like if I wanted to make like videos with slide behind it, like course wise,
Like, wait,
like to teach a course? Yeah,
yeah, you can use it to teach a course, but the course would have to be a video.
that's what I mean. It can't be slides. Could it be like video slides, or it has to be actual video?
Oh, it has to be actual video.
Actual video. Okay.
And this, like, especially what you do, this would be so great. Like, let's take your book, for example. Explaining why have eating good is important in your industry is important. Giving one webinar and recording that information would educate the customer into the sale because they might not know why they need to be healthy. and why, why foods can assist and you don't have to take all these meds and stuff if you just eat better or don't stress yourself out type of situation. Like having like a 30-minute to an hour webinar really touching on the importance of that. And then you could say at the end, reach out, or the way this webinar thing is set up, you can have your a link, okay, get access to this book. If you want to, take it a step further or really commit to staying healthy or something, you could put that in here, and be that's how you could be able to sell your book on autopilot, and you have a videos explaining about your book all the time, sleep or wake, anytime somebody registers.
Okay.
And especially with insurance stuff, like that's like to be able to explain, especially because you have a state niche, like that would like to be able to explain in the detail the benefits of your state or what's different. And then every time somebody's interested in that, or you're having information that's making them click a link, they can be rerouted to this webinar at any time. You don't have to stop what you're doing to host the webinar, or be like, group together 5 people and then I can host the webinar. That information is delivered the same exact way, so there's no confusion, no deviation from your system or understanding. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay. Good.
And okay, so that's the webinar, because then we're gonna put all this together. Ooh! Okay, so we were talking about the video builder hosting type of thingy bobber, and I like this because, like I said, I want to know what y'all want to learn about. So what if you put a video out there and people say they watching it, but they not watching it, which happens a lot to us. Just our attention spans. I'll be trying to watch a video and it'll be on pause. I didn't did 17 other things, came back. It was like, who was watching this? And it was me watching that, and I forgot I was watching it. So let's take this video for example. These little blue bar right here after you upload the video, and I'm actually going to show y'all how to put all this together. Like, there's a method to my madness. Don't trip. But we're just going to talk about each piece, and then we're going to talk about how they all could work together cohesively. I like that word, cohesively. So this tells you how many people. So you look at this, 25%. I mean, 6 people watch less than 25%. It tells you like one person actually made it to at least 75%, but nobody made it all the way to 100% of this video. But then you get over here to this video, like this different stats. Like this one had more watches, longer length time. So this would be like, okay, whatever's in this video, people are making it further. So I need to hone in on this or tighten up on this so that this number is down here. So this is how many people made it all the way to the whole video. So that's just like gives you a little further more insight, and it doesn't like confuse you with like all those technical terms. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the inside of like the YouTube creator studio, but I'd be like, what does that mean? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, is this a good video or a bad video? And sometimes those too many statistics can be overwhelming. So that's how you can see that inside of there, and then you can just upload it, and it gives you an embed code, which is why we need to talk about it. And you can put it on autoplay. So whenever they open up, wherever you have the video at, it'll play automatically by itself. You can have a countdown showing in front of the video to kind of like create, that anticipation, like, oh snap, it's about to start, it's about to start, it's about to start. And then you can see if you want to show the controls or not. And the reason why that's important is because like me and Mike was on a webinar not too long ago, and you got to sit there and wait for like a lot of minutes before it starts. So like, we was hungry for that knowledge, but you could not restart it. There was no buttons to pause it. So you had to sit there and consume that information if you wanted it, because there was no option to pause it or restart it, which means we were some qualified leads. because we was about that life and we was gonna wait and watch and take note. And that's how you see who's really about whatever you're talking about. Like, are they really going all the way through? Will they sit there? Because when you give somebody the option to leave, sometimes they'll take that option to leave. If there's no option, they gotta sit there. I'm just saying it just works better in certain situations like that. All right, that was the video. Let me see what else I got here on my list. Oh yeah, the ebook. Okay, because all once we get to the ebook, everything's gonna go together. It's gonna all go together. So we have the magazine builder, right, right, right. And I'm really like learning how to multi-leverage this bad boy. It does a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like learning more and more about it, and then some new features then came out with it. But it's pretty cool. So like I have two little kids, they're 6 and 8. And so during all like the epidemic and stuff, they had to put them everybody was remote learning. And so I was actually talking to them today and I was like, I'm about to make y'all my own book. And I was like telling they're the little reading program or whatever. And they was like, oh, you mean how the pages split? So this is like our kids are already used to this technology. So like we're just catching up. So this is a book that I'm almost done with right now. So like it's flippable. I like that because it's interactive. And it's only on desktop, but that's like cool. Yep, it does have a flip feature. That's what I like that. So one little trick I will give you guys about this one specifically is you have to have 3 pages to start off with. So if you have 1 page, then add the 2 pages. The first page will be the cover, and then the second 2 pages will be this. Then you can start the book. So just give yourself 3 pages and you'll be good. But this is a snazzy way to be able to like stand out and still be able to give out information, because like I said, there's certain information that people always have to give out in our industry or in sales, just period. So let's say, okay, I recruited somebody or I took on somebody and they're new and they join me. Or let's say they just recently bought from me. And like a lot of times when you have orders, um you can like access some kind of customer portal or whatever, and just describing the steps to how to access the customer portal if they ever want to track their order history or whatever. It's just different. So that's like always like okay, now that you brought your brush, okay, this is not good for brushes. I guess it could be good for brushes, but now that you brought your brush, let me tell you, the cool steps about it. Here's some hair care routines and hair care natural tips. I don't know, but you could send a whole bunch of extra after somebody purchased that brush from you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's just so many options of things that you can explain. Like when we first did the ebook training, we talked about, being able to teach something in 5 to 15 steps. Can you, give some value in your industry in 5 to 15 steps and give it to your customers and clients? Because we like bonuses. I like to win stuff, even though I don't gamble, but I like to win stuff. I like to feel like I got treats and stuff, and we all do. And this is a way to be able to offer that to your audience. So does that make sense so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's talk about automating it and putting it all together. Okay, sorry. I'm excited because I just like barely figured out how to do all this stuff like over the last like 2 weeks. So this is like new knowledge. And if y'all know me, you know when I get new knowledge, it's like I ate a 5-pound bag of sugar straight up raw because I I just be giddy. Okay, so let's back it up to the web because there's two ways you can do this book. So the first way is you can offer the book straight up first, right? And be like, this is you know, you can get information, you know, a brief glance into the industry, or you know, hair care tips, yada yada, skip, whatever that you have, you can give something first, and then in here, like y'all heard, you just gonna get to see a little peek because it's different, but I'm gonna try to show you a page to where I got it. I can say it. Okay, so it says more resources. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say right here. So it can say more resources, and then I have a call to action. And when they click this, they can actually go to the booking tool, be invited to learn more, secure their spot, and then get educated. Does that sound like some automation going? Remember, all I had to do was give away the book. Everything else happened by itself. If that makes sense, just put an 8 in the chat. Oh, dang. Okay, a minute. I'm trying, the chat's having something, not the chat. I'm trying to let some people on. Okay, I think that's right. It says join in, join in, join in, join in. Okay, I hope I got everybody on. I think I got everybody on. All right, I see some 8s in the chat. You know, 8's the executive numbers, real bossy guys. So, I mean, like, I'm just thinking of just so many ways that I could be able to do this, because I can be able to help somebody out on the front end by giving them some information. If that information helped them, they're of course going to want to know more, and I can automate that process without having to be anywhere around.
What's going on, fam?
Hey, hey, hey.
Just wanted to hop on here real quick. I'm still moving, but I wanted to hop on just to say hey before I hop off.
Hey, we talked about, I think this is a 3-punch combo.
Okay.
From the ebook to the booking tool to a webinar.
All righty. Well, listen, do your thing. I just hopped in to say what's up to my fam. I'm still moving. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
See you soon.
Peace, peace.
Oh yeah, so that is the cherry on top. Mike reminded me. So you can do it just a whole different way. Okay, I'm gonna put a whole nother stream of automation in here, but there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. So let's say the webinar, it costs, like, let's say it's maybe $500 webinar to attend, because there are ways through the booking tool and through Cheetah to where this can be free or paid. The booking can be free or paid, and of course, you know, you can offer these books for free or paid. So there's always two ends of the spectrum as far as to be able to do this. But let's say you were just, because when you have digital products and digital services, you have hella profit margins. There's rooms. You're the boss. You create the prices, right? So you can do a limited time condensing of the price, you know, offer that what was I gonna say? Price drop. So let me come over here to the affiliate side. Y'all really gonna like this. Like with digital, there's so much. You ain't gotta worry about the shipping being off. You ain't gotta worry about cutting yourself in the black line. And I mean, yeah, I mean to the black, the bottom line. Like this is so cool. Okay, let's go over to the premium funnel. All right. So these are the premium funnels, and you can download these because they're not like like with the affiliate link, how you can get the it has your affiliate domain on each of the sites. That's not this. This you actually have to import into your back office, which all these are on a public link. So you just click it, and then it'll go into your back office, so it's editable. Editable, is that a word? Maybe it was a word today. Okay, so let's go look at one of these. So let's say maybe I gave away 5 hair skin tips. Okay, like make your skin extra awesome. And then inside that book, I was like, oh, you can get like an advanced skincare regimen or skincare boot camp for 75% lower. Then I would, I put the description of what the product was. But right here, it would definitely be deeply discounted. And then people could bid. So that's what would happen. They'd be like, ooh, yeah, I want that 5-day regimen work good. I want to see what else they have. And I mean, your pricing within your industry, and bundling always works. Like I would not use this for something that's not a bundle. Let me throw that out there, that in my personal opinion, because you want to get a bang for your buck. You want to feel like you're getting a deal. And I wouldn't do that with just one thing. Okay. So like you can put like your Amazon products on here, because like I do Amazon FBA, and I actually have like t-shirts, and I sell books on there, right? And so I could say, get this for a discount because I do have a profit margin because they're physical products, and I create the prices from Amazon. But from here, you also give them an option to be like, okay, I don't want to wait to figure out if I'm going to get it for the low. I just want to buy it straight out. And you say, you can just go get it right now. And that goes straight to my Amazon store, because they can either wait. Some people just don't like to wait. Some people like, I don't like me. I don't like to gamble. I would not like to guess if I'm going to beat these people in buying something. I'm going to just go straight to the site and buy it because I don't like to gamble. So there will be people like me. And then there will be people who's also like the other me, who gets like some crazy adrenaline rush off of a deal, depending on what you have bundled here. So, it's about piquing the interest of your crowd. But I mean, that's just like a whole another thing. And I mean, like, okay, because I'm actually about to do this too, now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh, and I am. So, anyways, okay. So I told you a lot of my discoveries be in real time, because sometimes I learn a lot of stuff to the point where I forget things that I've even already learned. So I can only say in real time. But I can literally give a webinar about like why my boutique is like super tight. I can give like some fashion tips in the book, and then I could do a bundle. Where I'm trying to go to this. I could do a bundle here. So like if you were doing this, because I think you could probably put it 0 or not. So like we were doing the webinar, you could do just purchase a course straight out. Like don't wait till the webinar happens. If you already know what this is, like you have them industry vets who already know what it is. You don't got to do no convincing to them. They just looking for something that delivers what it says it's going to deliver. So there's those people that they don't want to be educated. And so you can offer them an opportunity to not have to go to the webinar and to be able to just flat out get your services or whatever. So there's just so many ways you can do this. So, oh yeah, back again to what I was saying. So we're gonna put it all together now. I just have too much stuff to open and it's confusing me. And I clicked out of my window that I needed too. So now, yeah, now we're about to put all this stuff together. Now that we dreamed a little bit. This out, put this out, take this out. All right, I think we have enough to start doing something. Now I won't get into detail because y'all know this builder on and they got a video for everything. And the knowledge base is like super tight. But I do want to just show, like, give you a visual aid as far as some things that I'm talking about. So let's go to the magazine builder because that's going to be the first part because we're going to give something away of value for free, just off top. Like, hey, learn this. Do you have interest in this? Do you want some tips? This could even be a savings guide. Like, what if you just knew all the stuff that was for the low? This is the magazine builder inside of Builder. So let's say, okay, so like me too, like I do real estate. So with real estate, I also offer a cash buyers list, but there's so many people and gurus and Jesus, there's so much stuff running around in the real estate realm. So I can literally take a book and be like, give something first, because everybody just want. I can be like, 5 tips, 10 tips, because you only need 5 to 15, and 15 is actually pushing it, especially the way that the format's set up. But I could, I'm actually building this as fact, so I'm gonna have to show y'all it when it's done because I just actually been like I have a full blown system that I'm showing y'all something that I'm going to use for multiple businesses and it's not going to change. This is my McDonald's method and y'all getting some proprietary information right here is what I'm trying to tell you. So pay attention. You see all these books coming up here? Then I will have a book and tool for everything, a webinar for everything to at least get that first introductory process over with. So I'm either going to always be able to get my consumers some information, or I'm always going to be able to immediately educate somebody who locks arms with me. Period. Whether I'm around or not, through this system, this way. You don't have to keep trying a whole bunch of different ways to do everything. You just got to figure out what little pieces and components work for you and just keep driving that machine. But you got to like try some stuff when it comes to the machine. So that's why I'm actually going to build a book because I need to be able to stand out in these Facebook groups. Like, yeah, I don't know. Y'all ain't in the real estate Facebook group. But so what can I do? I can be like, you want a free book to get some free tips. Boom. Because the real book that I'm selling is going to be in there. And what am I going to do? I'm going to have some tips and I'll be like, if you like learning here, you can take your step forward, learn a little more. They're going to go over to that booking tool. Okay. They're going to go over to that booking tool and book a class, book a session, book a master class, whatever it is, they're going to book it and they're going to go to that webinar. And the webinar is going to, educate them on why they need my buyers list. Because in fact, a lot of people, because I've been doing this for a long time, when you're in real estate, you can get deals all day, but being able to get them jokers off is a whole nother ball game. And I mean, even when it comes to the banks, 80% of those deals fall through. So that's what I'm saying. You always want to have backup options so that you can minimize that happening to you. And so me being able to do this in that format versus going like, hey, buy my list. Hey, buy my list. I guarantee you my conversions will be better working it on my McDonald's method versus doing that, because everybody's doing that no matter what they're promoting, right? Right. And you can put videos inside of here. And that's the part. Like, we have all the tools. You can put the tag tool in here. HTML. So I must take out the book that I already got doing. Because y'all know I love my cryptocurrency. I love the biddies. I love the biddies. I love the biddies. So inside this book, and this is, everything is clickable. Like, so if you sign it, if you put this as a PDF, like you can download this as a PDF, none of that stuff really works like that. But doing it this way, just keeping it in the ebook format, it worked a whole lot better for us. Okay, so I have the education going. Yes, happening. But I take the education a little further because I have videos in here, y'all. Do you see this? Do you see this in my book? These videos? Who's giving away books like this? Let me do that again. There's videos in here, y'all. Who's giving away books like this? Anybody?
Nobody.
Okay, I was about to say, because I wanted to meet them, because I want to figure out if they can build it all. But this is being able to package your information, condense your time. What if you need somebody to have, okay, this is a recipe, that's a video recipe. This video is, this part right here could be a written recipe or a picture recipe, but it's all in one thing that's getting packaged and it's different and it's interactive. So you're doing something. Woo-hoo! That's fun. I love that. That's like my thing now. See, this is a YouTube video. Let me go back over here. Come on. So this is me leveraging all this. A lot of this book is me leveraging other people's information. I'm not the guru. I just know how to put a lot of stuff together. I'm a leverologist. I just pull it together, put it together, put it together, put it together. But I'm not mostly the source of information. I just take little bits of piece of information and it all clicks. So this is, again, information that I was able to leverage that wasn't of my own, but the package is my package. Ain't nobody giving away books like this, and they can learn more. All this stuff is interactable, so it's clickable. That's the word. So if they click on that, it'll take them to the website. That's powerful. Then you don't got to be worried about Facebook feds tripping about your links, right? You can just click your own stuff through the book. What if a special ingredient in your cookbook they can only get from you? That you can make that clickable and go to your site where you can actually source it. And then, so once they get towards the end of the book, of course, there'll be resources and they'll be able to book with the booking tool more education that'll be running on autopilot. I won't be there when they schedule this, I don't know, but it'll be standard information that they will need to know that I won't be having to repeat all day. They'll be funneling into the list and everything will be just taken care of. And all I had to do was give away a book. So let's go in here. That's the funnest part of it all. So I'm gonna say automate. 1 second, guys. That's my dodo. Okay, automate. Proceed. All right. Now we're gonna dig in and putting this stuff together, guys. All right, so they have templates in here. I did use the templates, but I needed more pages. So I just wanted, and plus I wanted to see, could I just do it just straight from Naked? And I was able to. But you got little templates in here that you can start. You can look at them. Like this is a fashion magazine. And this is how you like just brainstorm too. Like a lot of my ideas come from just seeing something else, and I'm like, ooh, I could put my spin on that. So even if you're not going to use these templates, it'll just give you a good idea of some ways you could put some stuff together. But for the sake of example, we're gonna use the blank one because this is just the most tightest part to me. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna jump to the good. So there's trainings for book covers, all that stuff. We already did how to make the ebooks and all that. But this is the part that is so cool. So let's add us another page. Remember what I said about the 3 pages? And we'll add one more. Okay. So the add iframe. There's so much stuff that you can add just by adding this iframe in here. That is not even funny. Like you can literally put a whole website in there in here, okay? With that. And that's why I said, like right here, it says you can put it for the PDF. You could save it just for, and it'll tell you that too, just save it for your record. But you want to embed it and get the published link because then all the gadgets and gadgets on the inside start working. So when we were talking about the video tag tool, right, and how that has the button pop up and it's engaging and yada yada skip, you can just have a video tag here. Doesn't even have to be a full-blown video like I have in mind. You can just have a simple little engaging movement and a call to action. And then how I was talking about the videos, when you upload the video inside of the Bitterall video hosting tool, you could put a video in here to explain a little more, give an inside sneak peek, a little shout out message. It don't matter. You can just really customize it and it'll blow your people away because they're going to be thinking they're just looking at your same everyday ebook, because on the phone, it actually just looks like a regular ebook that scrolls. But then the videos and stuff start happening and you're like, wait, hold on. Did that just move? So it's just being able to create an experience. And all you do is just either paste the link or paste the HTML code. And so like where it says like here for editor and PDF, that's if you were just going to use it as a PDF, you got to put a cover image or you will only see this. And so you'll have all this content, all these words. And because you didn't upload an image right here and you decided to just give it off as a PDF instead of the link, it's going to say Builderall. It's just going to have a gap in your information. That was a new discovery. And like I said, you can even add videos just straight from here. And that's just these ones. I did the embed code because you get extra points from YouTube if your videos are embedded versus just shared. So you can embed it in the book and get some SEO points from YouTube. That's the reason why I did it that way. Oh yeah, and if you just right click, you can delete the stuff out of there that you don't want no more. I really suggest writing the order that you put your book in, because if you are like misaligning the pages, so like right now we have 4 pages, so you can come over here. Wait, that's not what I was trying to do. Let me go back. I'm trying to come over here to the pages. So if you click on the pages, you can see all your pages. But rearranging them, sometimes weird stuff happens right now because this is kind of a new tool. But you can rearrange where you want to put the stuff and change the order and see it from over here versus flipping and flipping back and forth. You get a bird's eye view from just clicking this. And then, so let's say I want to put some text. Let's say, message me. Or info. Okay. Like I could have a like little biography right here and be like, I'm the author, I'm a real person, tap in to get plugged in. But I'd be able to click it here and make the word hyperlink. So when they clicked it, it can go to my Facebook Messenger, it can go to my Telegram, it can go to an email address page. There's so many places these things could go. And it gets put into here. And so we would just pop our booking tool link here. So let's go look at that. I like that tool too. Because that's like all the embed stuff, like the stuff that you want to put and all that. Like that's the key things you should know. You can hyperlink the pictures too. But wait, let's talk about that before we go off into another one. 1 second, I gotta get my charger before I lose y'all. So you can be able to just, this is how you can be able to get information, have all your links in one place where people need to go. So many different kind of ways. So you like again, you put it to URL, or it can actually even go to a page. So you remember how like when you were little and there used to be those choose your ending stories where you could the story would change depending on which option you pick. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Remember?
Yeah, so that's basically kind of how that feature would work, where it says go to page or go to link. So go into a page, it would be one of the pages in here. And that's the really like best. I don't know another use for that page minus. Woo! Oh, y'all, epiphany moment. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's go over here to the home. Because I just figured out something with that. So let's go over here and look at the book. That is tight. I'm about to do that. I'm about to do it. Y'all, I told you when I figure out new features, I'm over here like I ate 5 pounds of sugar. All right, so right here, where it has the table of contents, can you imagine clicking each thing and it takes you to that part of the book that it starts? Without having to thumb through all the way to that portion of the book. That's what that's the other reason besides pick your own ending, guys. That's so innovative. I can't wait to do that. I'm doing that. Oh, let's go do that right now. I think I might end up having to separate those words. All right, let's go back over here, over here. I'm like, I gotta do that in real time when I think about it. See, I didn't got ahead of myself. It's like second, there we go. It's this page. And I wonder if it works per item. Let's see. Which page is which? Let's start from the bottom pages. I think that'll help us better for me. All right, more resources starts on what page does it start on? More resources starts on, excuse me, on page 19. Oh, this is like, I did not know that was there like that till we was talking about it real time, guys. I get excited about stuff like that. Okay, so more resources goes page 19. And let's change the color just so I can see that it's different. I'll be up here. We'll change it to like yellow. Yeah, this is being recorded and it's actually on YouTube. Like we're streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you just subscribe, like you'll find it. There's like a whole playlist with all the past Build Along Thursdays. Yeah, so we're gonna have that yellow. And okay, let's do Tony Robbins. We do these 2 examples because I want to see if it's like interchangeable with specific words or if we would have to do that separately. Like that's one text box, and I don't know if each chapter would have to have its own text box. That's what I mean. Oh wait, there's the page. Page 11. Oh wait, snap. All right, page 11. Go to page. Oh, and it does. No, see, that's not the same. I want to do it. Go to page. Let's see, because maybe it's just different. I said 11. 11. Change the color so we can find it. I'm gonna make this one red. No, I don't want to change the whole color. Freak. Okay, let's try that again. Let's want this piece yellow. Just okay, that's yellow. And I need this one by itself. We're just gonna make this one yellow because I don't know what I'm over here clicking or not clicking. All right, that's two things. Oh yeah, see the page says 11. Oh no, that one don't say it. Let's see. I'm gonna try it one more time. If not, now I'll know better and I'll just add a new box in here real quick. Okay, page 19. That says page 19. Does it say page 11? No, it does not. So we're gonna keep Tony Robbins for page 11. And now we know each one of these would have to be a separate text box for this to work per chapter. Okay, so we're doing this as an example. So we're gonna put this on page 11 again. Because I just thought about this, guys. So we had to learn it together right now. And I'm gonna just copy this. So I have it. So that's page 19. I'm gonna go add a new text box real quick. There goes the text box. Let me make this short real quick. It's in my way. All right. Toby. And we'll just make this white so that we can see it right now. All right. And then this was, yeah, page 19. Think I know that by now. As many times as I can click it. All right. Ooh, page 19. Now let's go preview this. So this should take us to page 11. And this should take us to page 19. Let's go preview this bad boy. Okay. So first page, yeah. Table of contents. Are we gonna go to Tony Robbins? We didn't go to Tony Robbins. Am I not clicking in the right places? Oh, it's just okay. I don't know what I did. That one worked. So I'm pretty sure it gotta have it worked. I know that's something on my end with all the words together. Let's go back to the home. Okay. Wait. We're here? Are we here? It might click out. I think I moved ahead of the computer. I got so excited. I didn't know what to do with myself right there, guys. Okay, so we're still here. We're still here. So we're on page, I think 3. And when I hit this more resources button, it flipped to page 9. That is tight. I'm gonna be redoing this table of contents today. Who knew that that feature was there? Anybody? Was somebody holding out on DAS? Did somebody knew that did that? Okay, everybody's in the clear then.
I didn't.
That is just I like the interactive and
You
like
know,
all these games is coming out and stuff.
you know I don't hold out on you, Dash. I would never do that.
Oh, I'm just saying, why didn't somebody tell me that before? See, it pays to click around, y'all. I just like clicking, clicking, and clicking, and clicking. You click around, you never know what you might find. So that's a new feature. So we can
That
embed
part.
videos, we can embed tags, you can even embed GIFs. GIFs come on an HTML code. Anything that comes on an HTML code, you can pop in these books. And that flip to page feature is super tight. Like, oh, ooh, what if you had it on a glossary, guys? What if it was on the glossary and it switched the pages like that? That'd be tight. Okay. Oh yeah, we were supposed to go to the booking tool. Goodness, but I already explained that. Like I said, there is a training on how to do the booking tool, and you just really have to answer the question No, I have to go through that again. Gosh dang it. Okay, because I'm not trying to hold y'all hostage in case y'all wondering. Whew. We know how to hyperlink in here. That's what we was leaving off on. We can do the hyperlink. So we were hyperlinking and we had the option to send to a URL. That's what I was trying to get to. We had an option to go to the URL or to go to a page. And you can have it open in the same new bookmark means in this tab. So you can open it up in here or wait, no, that's not what that means. I don't know what that means. I know the tab means it just open up. It take you out of the book. We saw us jump out the book. We gonna have to test out that feature. What am I clicked on? I'm clicked on something. Let me go grab a link. We're up here. We're just gonna grab a link. So now I'm curious to see what it does. And let's go preview it and click on the bank picture. Because now I just gotta see. I told y'all with Bitterroll, you gotta like really watch a video and see if it's really what that does. There's so much stuff I thought it meant something else, but that's not what it really meant. And yeah. No, it still just clicks out. Oh, maybe that other one is a new tab. That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Let me explain that now. I know what it means. So new bookmark means new tab, and the same tab means same, it's gonna open up right here. That's what that means. Take that off though. But it's just worded different. So now we know what that means. New bookmark means it's not gonna save something. It was how I was saying it before. I confused myself. This is for it to open up in a new window. This is for it to open up in the same window. And I mean, with a book, you really can do that, especially if it was like, if they can always get back and forth to it. But I like to just leave windows open because people leave all their browser windows open, and so then you just always be there. And then there's browser notifications and stuff we got access to. So I always just do new tab when I'm doing stuff like that. So far, do anybody have any questions before I jump into the webinar tool and the booking tool? Check the chat. Okay. Okay. So that means like we would put the link to the booking tool in the book, basically. And once we had the booking tool, so let's go back into there. Because I do need to explain that. This is just the formula from the book to the booking to the webinar. That's what we're doing from the book to the booking to the webinar. That's this process. Because booking just makes people respect your time. Do you know how many no-shows I used to deal with? And it almost made me want to quit teaching. Like, I was like, no, I don't even understand this. And then I would have people who pay me and didn't show up. Oh, because I didn't have no kind of booking scheduling, nothing going on. So it was like no structure to it. And they were like, yeah, I want to do this. And then just be missing. Like, I'm not putting you on a milk carton. And then sometimes they be like, yeah, you were supposed to reach out and remind me or send me the link. And I didn't plumb forgot because I didn't got distracted. So yeah, that's just on the time. So let's go back over here to the calendars. Like this is the home screen. First of all, let's talk about that. So if you have some stuff coming up, you'll be able to see it all in one spot. It'll pop up over here. If you have it on manual approval, which is for like if you're doing paid consultations or paid events, then you can set it up on manual approval and not approve them for the event until you confirm that their payments went through or whatever. So we want to talk about how we get them from the booking to the webinar part, right? Great. So we're just going to use this one when we come back, but we'll open a new one. But I don't want to have to answer all the questions right here. So we'll say automate. All right, new calendar. And so there's two kind of calendars. This is what I want to get to. There's an event calendar when you're doing group stuff. Like, so that's why that's ideal for the webinar, but maybe from the book, you wanted them to be able to go to a more intimate experience, to a one-on-one scenario with you, then you wouldn't even need the webinar tool. That's just for automation. I'm talking about automation, but that's what that would be for. Is event is groups, and consultation is single person events where it's just one person at a time. But this would definitely be an event calendar, and it will be and creating a calendar. So right here, you can upload, you know, your picture or your logo or even your business card. This you can. That's where you upload your picture. This changes the background of your calendar. So mine's are always black. This is where you put a description. You only get 255 characters, so you got to make it short, sweet, and to the point. This is the time zone. It can be, you can schedule everything in your time zone, but because this is online, I wouldn't do that, because like keeping up with the different time zones and being able to convert, that's just one less step that you should be able to have for somebody. So let them select their time zone, because it'll convert all the way for them on their own. They won't be like 1 hour, 2 hours, no. And so then you can have this is after they subscribe, so you can send them to a thank you page. That's what this would be for. Like if you have a page that has a video like, I'm excited to work with you. Check your email. I'm going to be asking you some questions over the next few days. That's this page. If you just want to be like, congrats, you're signed up, you're done. You can do that one. Just a little message. And you can customize this for whatever you would like it to be. Save and next. So this is a little bit more information about your event that you're having going on, because you'll have to put some hosts in here. So you can even create different avatars that are the host, or communities that are the host, or yourself that is the host. And you just go and add those in here. And so you'll select it from here. I'm not on host right now. I'll make up some imaginary friends later, or concepts. You know, that's just so, you could put your subscriber limit, and this is really cool because you could put like, okay, I'm only allowing 15 people to come to this event. Then it's gonna show how many spots are left as people are booking, or you could say you want it on unlimited. And so if I was definitely doing the evergreen, I would use the limit, because I would definitely want to create that FOMO. If I was doing something like on a schedule like this, I would put it on unlimited. So like on a consistent schedule, I would do this. You can put what time it starts, how long it lasts, and then you'll be able to add it here. And when I was saying if it was free or charged, that's where this part comes in, because if you automatically approve it, everything happens without you. If it's manual approval, you got to go and confirm everything is right before they're in there. And it's not gonna let me do it. Let me put it in there. Okay. We're just gonna be clicking. Hey. So that it'll save. Okay. Oh, I didn't add an event. Okay. We'll save. All right, there we go. And then you gotta click add, or it won't add, as we saw. And then you can add as many different times, like for if it's a multiple event that's happening through it. Like let's say these are your August events or your season events, your events for the season. You can put them here multiple times so that they can register multiple times, or reoccurring events, or book for different spots and stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this is the form, and you can ask questions outside of the email opt-in questions. Like you can, if it's a coaching client, you can, ask like, what are your income goals? If it's a diet client, like, okay, what is your weight loss goals? Or, what do you want to do? You can ask all that stuff here and edit it into the booking form when they gotta book with you. And then you can say you don't want to send a confirmation to your subscriber, but you should want to like let them remind them like, hey, you booked with me or you booked to go to this event, because when you hit subscribe confirm, this is where our webinar link is gonna go to. So let's come over here real quick so I can show you an example. I'm talking webinar builder. Come on, Betty. I'm just trying to show you guys where you find your link to your webinar. So once you have your webinar built, you click on this, and then you grab the link. So this is the link to the webinar. Copy, and you come right here. Oh wait, not there. There you go. Edit your subscribe confirm. So it says, hey, lead, you're scheduled for this day. You can say, let's say, go down over here. This is the link to the webinar. See you soon. Then I can hyperlink it and say beep and save it, and then that evergreen webinar is now but it doesn't have to be evergreen. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just on about automation, on about stuff that I gotta always do. I always have to either educate the consumer into the sale, or I have to educate the new partner or team member. And those are something that's never gonna have to change in my business. And so it's something I want to automate. But this works for all kind of stuff. But so now that goes to the webinar. So it'll tell them that they're scheduled and this is there. Or I would just post the raw link if I wanted to and say, this is going to be the link to your webinar. And boom, that's safe. If you got Builderall credits, the SMS will confirm to their phone, because you can, on the form, you think you can get the telephone number. So that's actually pretty good, because we always looking at our phones and checking the messages and the text messages. So that's a good place to be, outside of just email. And it's like Satoshi prices over there for text credit, in the Builderall SMS thingy bobber. So okay, so that's done. And then you have the reminders, and this is the part that comes clutch. So it says yes, send reminder, and send email reminder to host as well. I told y'all I got some timers. Sometime I remember, sometimes I don't. So yes, remind me too, please. Especially like if you have like a lot of stuff, especially with like one-on-one coaching. This is more so helpful with one-on-one coaching, because those are like totally kind of different time spans and one-on-one appointments and stuff. Or even hair clients, if you got a braid appointment, if you got to go line somebody up, if you got to go do an oil change. Like, yes, you should put this if you is a mechanic and you trying to do an oil change. Hex, yes, have 5 ways to change your brakes, or a simple guide to change brakes. And be like, you don't want to do it yourself? Book me. What's wrong with your car? What sounds is it making sounds? How many miles it got on it? But there's so many ways to implement these tools for the same reasons. You just got to stretch your imagination. But new reminder, it's gonna remind us all, the attendee and the attender. Is that it? The host and attendee. There we go. So again, it has a little script. This are the tags or whatever. let's say if you were marketing a whole month out, you can make it go a day before, 3 days before, 7 days before, and then have that 1 hour before email, which is great. And then just like our meeting's in an hour. Here's the link. Here's the link. So that's a reminder, and the information was delivered already. Again, boom. Oh yeah, you have to hyperlink it again. I'm my bad. I forget about that and these kind of things. So yeah, you just keep it like that and save, and then it's hyperlink. Because at first y'all seen it was black, it wasn't clickable, and then when we click the link, it turned clickable. So like if what we didn't do that step, it'd just be here and wouldn't go nowhere once they received it. But yeah, so then again, that's not me having posting these groups like, hey, Zoom's in an hour. No, Zoom link's starting to come through here. Remind us all, me too. You can even put your Zoom link in there. And send it, because for my one-on-one sessions, I have like my meeting room link that goes out to confirm, because that won't change. And then we save it next. And then you can choose to subscribe them to a list, which I suggest, or do nothing. So we got how that like all went together from the book to the booking to the webinar. I'm gonna take that as a yes. And so, like I said, this is how you can see the webinar link. And I'll show you guys how this one looks. I think it should still be in mine. This barber. So I gave them the book. Boom. There's like, man, this is tight. I want to go to the webinar. And now, so they have to book. Like, ooh, when's the next one? Are they hosting the next one soon? Can I get in where I fit in? Okay, that happened, and everybody's excited, and the webinar is about to start. And it's like, yeah, webinars in 1 hour, and they got it sent to them. And this is, I'm about to let y'all go here in a second, because this was the last part where I was telling you guys that I was going to show you a little engagement automation trick with the Zoom. That's we're at that part now. You guys, you rock with me. You held on all the way to the end. So I will do as I said and give you the goody goody. So we're gonna have to wait this out, because I'm not about to go all the way in there and edit the timer. I'm worth 60 seconds, right, guys? And I mean, just this process, like, aren't you like, ooh, what's behind there? What's gonna happen in 39 seconds? What am I getting plugged into? So being able to have the count, because you can not use this countdown timer. You have the option not to use it. But right now, I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? I made it, and I know what's gonna happen. But I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? So you want to be able to leverage those things to your benefit. And put a little timer up there. If you were running like a whole week promo, like what if it wasn't gonna start for a whole day? You could put this on there. If it was like a non-evergreen webinar. It's almost time. So, and I can't pause it, guys. So I'm gonna have to take off my shared computer sound thing.
Cloud. It's recording to the cloud, Daz, okay?
Totally, I can hear
You're
it.
allowed.
Use this.
Thank you.
Welcome. Crypto.
All right, can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I'm like, we gotta let that. I had to turn it off so that it would play, but it oh, it did erase. Mike, it just took a minute. So this is what I want to say. Where's this? Hey, hey, hey. And then see how I'm texting in here. And then, I mean, if somebody else wants to test this, they can. I'll drop the link in the chat. But what I'm trying to get to is these comments compound. They compound. you set how long you want the comments to stay, but they, unless you delete them, they'll still be here as more people watch your webinar. Let me post this link in there. So I posted the link in the Zoom chat, but and I'll post it in the YouTube chat. And anybody who wants to click in, go into the webinar is more than welcome to test that feature. Oh, I guess I still have to put it in there. I told it's in the YouTube video. YouTube, that's me too. I'm a lot of me's. I'm a lot of versions of myself. So, anyways, if I was to click out of here and come back in, and then I signed in as uh Tina instead of Daz, and then I put an email and I said hello or had questions, all that would still be here with this hey. And so it's still organically growing and the conversation is continuing. And like I said, it's compounding because everyone who watches the Evergreen webinar, their comments are saved for however long you decide or the amount. So let's say you wanted it to just refresh after 100 comments. You could set that option up as well. And they're working on fixing this function, but this is actually a pop-out banner. But I haven't got all that part down. But I mean, this is what Zoom looks like. When you guys are talking to people on Zoom, it looks exactly like this. I don't have to be here. I'm not even talking. I'm not even educated. But this is educating people for me, whether what I'm doing, whatever, whenever. In the videos that y'all saw, the statistics or the analytics were from this video. So I know it's getting watched and people are getting educated from what's going on. And so that's like the coolest stuff ever because I don't have to keep repeating the information and I don't have to try to paraphrase what he said or anything. It was done good one time and now it can just keep educating people for years and years and years to come. And what happened? We went from the book to the booking to the webinar. Now I also can see what questions people have. There's a moderator comment. So there's resources that are mentioned in this webinar. Okay. So when you're creating a webinar, and I'll come over here to open up this feature because this is actually pretty cool. So that banner, like the picture banner, I'm having issues with working, but the iframe banners actually do work and pop up. But the ghost users is what I'm gonna come back to for that. So this is how I put that picture in here. And this is how you can change the colors and stuff. No, it isn't that content part up there. There's a moderator thing tab I'm looking for, guys, if you're wondering. Oh, I think it's in more chat option. Yeah, baby. Okay. So I don't know how many of y'all use the BuilderOut chatbot builder, but if you have the chatbot, you can have your chatbot in here working inside of communicating back and forth with the audience while you're not around, or you can have pre-moderated comments where if you just watch the webinar yourself, and like I said, in that particular webinar, there's resources mentioned. So I can say at that time, I can have my moderator person bot or identity say, this is that resource, this is that wallet, this is that. It can come in at the right time and continue to guide the process because we all save stuff from our chats when we're on Zoom. It's just a habit that we're building now. You can let the chat show up before the event starts or not. I don't know what would be a good reason to do that, but you have all those good options. You can size it, and this is what I'm talking about with Zoom. So when you download Zoom, not download Zoom, when you save and you record on your Zoom, you have the option to record to the cloud or record anywhere. But we're gonna go look at my Zoom because you have the ghost users. So you can edit the list. So I can add some folks, like I say, Brit. Okay. I could say Paul. Okay. Then I can add my messages in here. So I can say Brit said hello at 20 seconds into the video. Or I can say Paul said hello at 20 seconds in the video. Or I can say they said hello, howdy. See what I'm saying? That's pretty cool, right?
I just wanted to input that is kind of actually dope because, especially for a person who this would be like their very first webinar, but nobody knows this is their like very first webinar. You know what I mean? Or for like a certain campaign, you pretty much have it where it makes it look like somebody is putting it in there. You know what I mean? For like already recorded webinars. That's what you're saying.
And we don't like to feel alone.
Yeah, nobody wants to feel like I'm in here all by myself.
Yeah. So put 2 other people in there, then 3 the crowd.
Pretend people.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
already did the webinar live before and you're just repurposing the content, that's where it's really cool. Look, that's where we're about to get really cool.
Mhm.
Because you'll get a template to go off of. You can just change the names if you want, or
Right.
keep it the same. But I mean, I am signed in. So I'm like, I am signed in because we're on Zoom now.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't really utilized as much as I probably should. Finding time for the webinars because like webinars is just a great way to close people when a person feels like they're empowered with knowledge. That's normally when they're ready to spend, when they're like, all right, I got enough knowledge, I'm ready.
Exactly. And like we were talking before, like when you have that newbie presentation to invite somebody to your opportunity, that information gets have to say it over and over as the presenter. You get it wears you down. It wears
Over exasperating. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is how you have your McDonald's system. It's running the same way as it should. The information is not deviated from, and you don't gotta be there.
Right.
So let's go in here because this is the one that we were looking at. So if I go to this is so cool. It says the files. We got 3 files, and one of them is the chat file. So that means all the real-time chat that was happening inside of the Zoom, the first webinar that actually took place, now you can take that and recreate it over here, and it'll have a supernatural flow. Like it'll be naturally flowing because that's already the comments that took place the first time.
Okay. But you also can load ones that are not real, basically ghosts.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, but like I mean, we already be talking about us ourselves, talking to ourselves, and it might be a little difficult trying to hold 5 conversations at one time and you the whole 5 people. So
Right. Some of us is not that hard, but okay.
it's definitely not that hard. But again, when you're talking about the brainstorming, it can give you some examples of stuff that people said or
Right.
gonna come up.
No, it's a really great tool.
So I mean, that's it, guys. That was the big shebang because I'm like super deep about putting this chat file into this webinar in webinars going forward. So does anybody have any questions about all the stuff we've seen today? We got the auction tool, we got the the ebook embedder, we did the booking tool, we lightly touched on the video hosting and the webinar builder. Like we went over a lot.
I'm gonna have to watch out. I'm gonna have to. I came in a little late. I didn't catch the auctions tool. If you could just, without having to show me and take up too much time. But what is that about?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh yeah.
So like let's say like we're talking about like digital wise because you can control all your profit margins, right? So let's say you have like some fire coaching session or master class, and it's normally like $500. You could come over here and say, because like that, like there's there's free webinars and there's paid webinars. Those paid webinars we have heat in them. But you could say basically, get this webinar or this master class or this exclusive training bonus for 75% lower, and just bid, and you can set it up to where instead of paying $500, they're bidding like 99 to get it for $99. And so you can have a whole bunch of people submitting a bid and it going up by a penny, it going up by 10 cents to get that course, that training, that class, that session for considerably lower. But at the same time, you're seeing who else is interested in
And you're
this.
still making money.
Right. And you give them the option to not have to wait and buy it straight out.
Mm, that sounds pretty dope. Like some I might want to be using for the near future.
Can't wait. I'm like,
Yeah.
any questions? Because I'm about to be off in this back office. Oh,
Yeah.
did you get to see the how the ebook does the chapters?
A little bit because like I was saying, I was just getting off of work and trying to, listen to what you were saying. I was like, interesting, but I didn't really get to see a lot of stuff you were saying. But I know it's on YouTube and it's getting late. I will most definitely go through it because it was a pretty good from what I heard mostly, and then I probably caught like the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. I was able to actually see some stuff you were talking about.
I'm just excited because all this is making sense. When Rob was talking about, giving that value and that education, and then we were talking about how we could do that with the ebook. And then this is just like putting multiple tools because the demo funnel is like 14 tools in one. This is like
Mm,
only four tools in one. That is a powerful combination. You do the video, the book, the booking, the webinar.
mm.
And if you want the cherry on top could be the auction.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
And that's what I'm starting to learn. So like just to let y'all know, going forward, the build along Thursdays will be about linking the tools together, so multiple tools together to have different systems that
Or-
can work for you.
Right.
So it won't just be, oh, we're just going to talk about this one tool today or this one. So we're going to talk about how to combine them and turn them into a transformer.
I like that. I,
With that,
I think I'm
hmm?
sorry.
No, I was just seeing if anybody had any questions for as far as something they want to learn about next week.
For next week. I had a question about the booking too, but I'll let somebody else ask for next week.
What's your question on the booking tool? Look, we talking about the booking.
Um, right. So I have a client that I'm working on right now, her website. One thing she expressed to me is to be able to get some questions answered. And I know that you said that like within the booking tool, you can have it where the person's able to fill out a form. Can you go back to that part? Because that part I heard, but I couldn't see. And I'm like, oh, I was trying to figure that out. And I was gonna set up just a regular form, but the form was just like asking for the name, email, and not like making it where it's like a questionary.
Yeah, so yes, that's because especially if you're doing like a one-on-one consultation, like
Yeah, she does consultations. Yeah.
yeah, and just know who you're dealing with. So yes, yes, listen.
Especially like I have and actually I haven't even really reached out to her, but if I can figure this out, I'll be ready to do business with her. But she's a salon, and hairstylists, they want to know before they meet you certain things about your hair and what you want.
Yes,
So yeah.
and to just be able to explain that from her to be able to give hair care tips to inside the hair care tips to be able to book a consultation with her about their hair transformation.
Right.
You can then, or but she can send them to. That's what I'm saying. To the webinar about why she's the best, why she knows what she's talking about. What does she know that she's talking about? And then that I'm her client base goes through the roof. That's just a different
Right.
instead of be like, I'll braid. No,
Well, what makes you so special and all this? I got you. But I wanted to see like where is that form though, like where it allows a
oh, it's this
person.
one. So see where it says form fields. That's
So
also
you went to calendars. So I mean, you're gonna go in a booking tool. You go to calendars and then go to form fields.
right. And so it'll give you the option to put a new field. So first
Mhm.
of all, this is hidden by default. So you'd want to edit this and
And
put
make it.
optional or required. And this is if you want to communicate with them from the SMS. How we see that the reminder for the booking tool has the option to also get sent as a text message if you have SMS credits inside of Builderall.
Okay.
And now that's visible because that's it's not faded no more. But you can say that you want uh let's say we're talking about hair. How long is your hair? And you can say you want it to be a short answer, long answer, check boxes, multiple choice, or drop down.
So if you clicked on multiple choice, for example, you can put that's what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I got to. Yeah, I'm gonna be up too. I got some work to do. Yeah. I need a booking tool just for what I'm trying to do, which is getting my clients. Like I've been reaching out to people. I'm trying to build a portfolio, a different type of websites I can do, and especially running like the dollar. I'm getting a lot of people calling me and telling me, okay, I got this and that, and I want a website, but I need to ask them some questions because I'm not gonna lie, some people have kind of spent my wheel, if you know what I mean. Like they're not really serious, and my time is so valuable. So I think
Oh,
on my website, I need to go ahead too and put me a booking tool and have them answer me some questions before I even pick up a phone because I'm not even with the phone thing. I'm already talking
exactly.
most of my day.
And you're since you're talking about like site builds and stuff, so inside of Cheetah, that's what I'm trying to go to. There's actually a guide. I actually did this. So
Hmm.
I made it in Google Forms though. Um,
Right. And put
but
an iframe for it.
no, I just send it a link because I really don't take clients, so it's like for people I know type of situation.
Yeah, sometimes like I mean, after I build my little portfolio, because I'm really trying to put myself in a situation where with my digital agency, you know what I mean, or marketing agency, because I really want to start like getting bigger companies and contracts with building their website and stuff. So
Definitely watch
yes,
the Builder Raw directory videos. Thank me later. Watch them all.
Information.
you said build our directory videos.
Yes, since you're talking about an agency, those videos is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, I do. I need that because I've been getting people that's been rocking with
You'll
me.
it's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. Remember we said Builder Raw is not as it appears. You got to dig deep to get the real understanding.
Yeah, it is an onion, but I like it. I do. I love it. So you said build a raw directory. Watch that.
So inside of the Cheetah Builder, you see this thing that says create tag group.
Hmm. You okay?
I'm totally fine, guys.
Hmm.
I live in Colorado, 420 light. Okay. So um when you go to create group, let's just say new name. Okay. I don't know what that's about. All right. All right. So when we go into the group, these are questions that if you're building a site for somebody or their online presence, that you can ask them. And
Hold on. I'm so sorry. You went to Cheetah, and then what did you click before you got there?
once tag group. So create tag group.
Create tag group. Okay.
And this like so if you guys have made a website inside of Cheetah and it says make new site, there's something that says a smart template to that something to that nature. It's I'm not saying it verbatim, but
I know you're
it
talking about. Yeah.
it creates you a whole website from these tags. So if you have clients that you can at least get the bones going, especially when you're dealing with situations like what you're talking about. Like we're talking about put some spec on my time, put some
Right.
on my time,
Yeah.
and how to cut that out. Because first of all, you should be able to answer these questions for your business. So I've had people just stop mid track. This lets me qualify if I even want to work with you because you might not know enough about what you want to do for me to even help you.
I know that's the problem. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been having some people like they hit me up and like, yeah, oh man, I got a website idea. And then I talk to them, well, I don't even have a name, I don't even have a color theme, I ain't even did shit. I'm just up here dreaming and wasting your time talking about a dream. And I'm like, look, I need a person who already had the dream. They trying to sketch out their vision, or they already started and need some help.
Booking tool.
Exactly.
And with look, with this form, look, you can just duplicate these questions on the form because or condense it down to which ones you think are the nitty gritty. But this has definitely made people stop wasting my time when they ask me, can I build them a website? Because they can't even answer all these questions sometimes. But if they can answer these questions, it just makes your life so much easier because once it's saved in here, when you're making a new website in Cheetah, so let's go back over here to Cheetah and
Now you know I need that form, right?
oh yes. Let me I'll email this. Anybody who wants a
Stop.
copy of
Cut the
that form,
games, man.
tap in your email. And I do. I look, that's I love duplication. You just send copies of stuff to people. You don't gotta redo it. So yeah, just send me your email and I can send you a copy of that.
Let me do it now before my old butt forget.
So right here where it says select the smart template.
Uh-huh.
I would have to have the questions answered just like with the script generator or the video sales letter creator, but I'd give it a name, I give it a description, and as long as I had those tags filled out, it would produce a whole site template based on those answers from the tags. Isn't that tight?
Not getting it. So those tags, you
So
do
like,
that prior. Okay.
mhm. So those tags are just like the script generator. So let's go look at the script generator to give us a better example.
Those tags are for like SEO purposes, correct?
No, these generate scripts. These generate
Oh,
scripts.
okay.
The script is just a whole web page.
Okay.
So when you go to make a new avatar in the script generator, you got to answer questions so that you can get the script. Because it can't give you the script unless you've answered these questions. And it gives the scripts based on these questions. So the verbiage, like the age group that verbiage is going to target, the language that's more better for men or women, or that can go for either or. Like all that happens from just answering these questions. Single people language is different from married people language, and the smart tag does exactly that same thing, but for the entire website. So if it was a hair store, or I mean a hair salon, those it would say like, okay, we're offering, treat your hair good, it's your crown, it should look like one type of yada yada skip. It would give you a template based on what's best for a hair salon. If it was a mechanic, from answering those questions, it would spit out a template that's best for a mechanic. But it's only able to do that if you answer those tag questions. I don't know why they call it a tag for real, y'all. I don't, because that kind of don't describe. It's like a script generator for website.
So in essence, it kind of would help SEO in the long run if you using keywords in there.
Yeah, it would.
Okay,
And this
that's
is
what I was
instead of
trying to.
having to say like use the templates that Builder already has, or make one for yourself. You be like, fill out this form, and I'll have you a site. And then you be like, ooh, this is the site. What do you think about going this way? Do you want to make any revisions before it's final? All you had to
Right,
do was copy and paste into a form versus building a whole site off of a form.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of make sure I was on the right track.
I'm definitely gonna do a test run with the tag thing and see what kind of site it produces. So that look, case study coming soon, guys, because I want to test it out. It's just I like being able to control my customization, so I like to do that straight out the door. But I am gonna do it just to see what kind of site it produces, and I suggest everybody do the same. Can you answer these kind of questions about your business? Oh wait, Oh, that's tags. That's something totally different. That's just tagging your
Yeah,
site.
that script generator is definitely amazing. I can't believe I can't believe we get all that for this little price. I'm telling
Man,
you, man, that script generator is definitely where it's at.
it is like so amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
but that's the link too. Once you have your calendar, you get your link up here too, so you can paste that in your book. Like, yeah, book your webinar. That's what I was trying to say. Once you have answered all the questions, then a link will appear, and then you can see it, even though it's ours don't say nothing. But this is what it looks like in case nobody's seen the book into it. And that's because we only put 15 spots open. That's the date it has available. So does that make sense with the script generator and the tag generator? Oh,
I'm probably gonna have to like really dive into that, making sure I understand. All it's basically doing, you do it preemptively, and then once you answer those questions, when you're ready to make a website based on those questions, it can kind of like build a template. I guess that's what it's saying.
yep,
What? Okay.
exactly that. It just
Oh, okay.
bones based off of that, and like little parts in the site will have those the actual words and stuff like that in it already.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I wonder if they're letting me go over here.
I am. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Like I really don't have nothing planned. Like I can't tell you how excited I am about just like not having nothing planned and not really want to do shit, because I really want to like just dive into build a raw and getting some stuff going. Cause man, it's so many different like treats and gadgets and gadgets, and I know that I got a little. I know this might be off the subject of your training, but I got a little tidbit of the CEO was saying that they're about to go up on the prices only
Yeah, Builder
because
3.0 is coming out. Like we're in 2.0. I don't
I
even
know.
3.0. Jeez.
I know, and I'm like, so what? Basically, what he was saying was like, he about to start like everybody like us. We got grandfathered in, so we won't pay more. But with the new people, they're gonna pay a little bit more, but they have options to buy more marketing stuff, and we still get paid. I'm like, oh man, I need to start really, really going ham with this.
For sure. I mean, like it's only gonna go up. It's only gets better as the days and weeks go by. Builderall just grows and gets better and better. I've been here for a little over a year, and it's just I'm like, what could possibly be great next? And hey, I'm
Right.
surprised. But yeah, see, this is what that the tag looks like on a form. So this is what if someone wants me to build a website for them, they see it like this.
Got it.
And so you just be like, fill this out, and I got you. But you could put it on the booking tool.
I had such a hard time putting my customers' picture on the booking tool. I don't know, maybe because of the size or something like that of the picture, but
Oh,
it
so
just
use the Builderall 3D photo editor to resize it.
okay. I still have to figure out like what size it needs to be done. I don't know what why or
Oh,
what really.
it says it right here. Oh, damn it. Hold
Is
on.
it anywhere where it tell you those dimensions and I just missed it?
Yep, it says it. I'm supposed to go back to it. So
Okay.
in the general settings. I yeah, that's in the basics. So if we go to the basic settings and oh what? Yeah, there it goes. See how it says 250 over 75?
And so if I have a picture, I could just go into the builder wall. It's a tool where it resize your picture to make it fit that.
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
3D photo editor, that's what it's called.
Photo editor.
Yeah, it's the I'm trying. I thought I was in the home page and it's just over here. That's what I was trying to show you in a minute. What it looks like.
And that's with the avatar, right? That's which one is that one?
No, that was the booking tool.
Okay.
The event picture, the person picture. But if it's under the design tools, and it's this one, the 3D photo editor.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can
Got
do
it.
all kind of stuff with it. You can watermark stuff, take the backgrounds out. It just does a whole bunch of extra stuff to the pictures. It's cool.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we did the form questions, the auction funnel. I mean, the auction thingy barber. Am I missing anything, guys? Questions?
Um, oh, you know, I might have missed earlier. You might have covered it, but I was asking about the what was it? The real estate. I meant to ask you about the what was it we was talking about the other day? I was telling you about my guest. The
Uh,
list. I know
the
you covered
the clients.
yeah.
Oh, that's the only tool I didn't talk about that was in that package. So it
You know what
was,
I'm talking about?
yep, it was the ebook, the auction funnel, the webinar. The only thing missing was the blog builder to have the
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
articles. But besides that, it was actually everything we talked about today.
Right.
Oh, and then the 20 product ecom store, of
Yeah,
course.
that's yeah. That's I knew it was something that you didn't mention. That's all right.
What was I gonna say? Any more questions or suggestions for next week's training?
Mm, memberships.
Memberships. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dig deep into the
Oh,
membership
ho, 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 ho,
sure.
ho.
Especially to be able to incorporate the membership aspect into an app. So definitely come next week because we're talking about memberships, community, and that's gonna be like the humdinger of it all because we're gonna put a membership site in an app. What?
Yee.
With privilege levels, access levels.
It's
So
level.
that's what we're doing next week. Uh-oh. Hold on, what happened to the mic?
What you say?
No, I said that's what we're doing next week. I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Cool. I'm in the building. Let's get it.
Mega memberships. Do, do, do.
OB. Gang, gang.
All right, guys. Well, blessings, good fortune. May the profits forever be in your favor. Y'all heard that. Next week we are going over
Thank you.
mega memberships. Do, do, do.
Duh.
Gonna make memberships great again, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna make memberships great again and not
Hey, you a
stale.
fool for that one.
And not stale. How many times y'all got membership access and that information is from the 80s? We don't have time for that no more.
No time.
All right. If whoever wants a copy of the tag form, just shoot me your email and I'll send you a copy of this.
All right, no doubt. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, peace.
I think I'm gonna figure out how to stop this because that be my problem every week is trying to get out the live. Stop streaming.